To put this into context, Prisma Health will go through 1.5 million masks a month, which we use to keep our patients, physicians, nurses, and team members safe. Therefore, ensuring regular shipments of these supplies is critical to our ability to continue universal masking across all of our Prisma Health facilities. During this COVID-19 crisis, several community members and elected officials have stepped up to assist us as supplies became scarce. And today we're going to recognize a new community partner, Neil Ferrier, owner of Discommon, who found us new sources of surgical masks, as well as Boeing, who picked them up and flew them here, Greenville-Spartanburg Airport, who's receiving us today, and our elected officials who helped and supported us every step of the way. Healthcare providers across this state have worked since early March, caring for patients, ensuring the safety of their team members, and promoting the health of their communities. We are extremely fortunate to have incredibly supportive leader in our Governor, Henry McMaster. Thank you, Governor, for your constant support and for always being available with a helping hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Governor Henry McMaster.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here as well, and on behalf of 5 million approximately proud, happy South Carolinians, I want to say thank you for everyone who's made this particular moment possible, and including President Donald Trump, whose leadership, understanding, courage, and innovation and encouragement to all of us to do the best we can to make this turn out right for the people of our country. I'm proud of our congressional delegation. They've done a terrific job. But as we've said before, everybody in South Carolina is like a family. We talk to each other. We work together well. Most of us know each other from other days in our lives, and it makes it easy for us to cooperate, communicate, and collaborate in order to get things done. But this is a great day for our state. It's a great day for our country. We're looking forward to getting back to work as quickly as we can, as safely as we can. In South Carolina, we want to recover that competitive advantage that we have had in prosperity for our people and make it grow and make it stronger. And this today is one step in that direction. Many thanks on behalf of all our people for those here and others who have made this unique, terrific event possible today. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. South Carolina is blessed to have an exceptional contingent of elected officials serving our state in Washington. It is my pleasure to introduce one of the most effective and respected people in Washington, D.C. He has been a tireless supporter of all of our healthcare providers across our state. Please join me in welcoming and thanking Senator Lindsey Graham for all the work he does for South Carolina and our hospitals and healthcare workers in particular. Senator?
Governor, thanks for coming up. Henry, you've had the right tone and the right touch in terms of managing this problem. I think you've done a really good job of trying to keep business open, but in a responsible way. So really proud of you and your team and all your healthcare advisors. Mark, we're glad to be here. All of us, our new heroes are our doctors and our nurses and our EMTs and people stocking the shelves. I've never seen anything like it. These are the most unusual times, and in times like this, you begin to really appreciate those around you. And your folks have kept us safe, and we appreciate that. Just one thing, we're here celebrating a shipment of masks coming from China on a Boeing jet. You talk about a surreal moment. To those who found these masks in China, thank you. To the Boeing company who brought them here, we appreciate it. They'll go to good use. But I think I speak for all of us up here. We don't want to do this again. In the fall, we want the masks made in the United States. We don't want to ever have to rely on China or anyone else for our basic health care needs. This pandemic has been a wake-up call to America. How much our supply chain on the medical side has gotten out of our control. So you have my commitment, and I think of all of us, that in the fall, if this comes back, and it probably will, we're going to be much better prepared, and the medical supply chain is coming back to America. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. As you heard, Boeing is a valued South Carolina business partner and has a large manufacturing facility in our South Carolina low country. In recognition of Boeing's delivery of our supplies, we're going to donate 100,000 of these masks to our colleagues at the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, not far from Boeing's plant. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Senator Tim Scott, who is our U.S. Senate representative from that part of the state. Senator Scott is a staunch advocate for health care and hospitals, has been an incredibly effective and forceful voice for South Carolina, and I'm extremely grateful that he is with us today. Senator?
Thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mark. I'm glad to know that I'm taking those 100,000 masks back with me to Charleston. I didn't realize that. I need to get a bigger vehicle. Governor, thank you for your leadership. Without any question, South Carolina is healthier and stronger because of your leadership. Lindsay, God bless your tenacity and your ability to work with the president to get a lot of things accomplished. It certainly is good to be a South Carolinian, especially in the times of need. Our state comes together in ways that are remarkable and refreshing. One of the great things about being a South Carolinian is we can trust that as a family we will take care of each other. And the story of this delivery, and we are certainly thankful for Boeing's part in donating the aircraft that's actually made in North Charleston to be a part of this story. I also want to thank the business community. South Carolina's business community is South Carolina strong. This is a wonderful story that started in Scotland, I believe, ended up coming to Clemson, becoming an entrepreneur, hooking up in China, going through Hong Kong, and getting here. So it's an amazing story of how this connectivity really works. And my mother has been in the healthcare field for about 45 years. And to know that we have the critical material and equipment to keep our healthcare workers on the front line safe is remarkable. It is a great story of a pipeline of South Carolina's tremendous history. Thank you for joining the team. God bless you.
Thank you, Senator. We're grateful that Boeing is here with us today, and I'm going to introduce you to Lindsay Leonard, the Senior Director of Government Operations for Boeing, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about this amazing plane standing right here beside me. Lindsay?
Thank you all for being here. This is one of our large cargo freighters, the Dreamlifter, and it is part of what makes Boeing South Carolina possible. We bring plane parts from all over the world and make the 787 Dreamliner down in North Charleston. And we're thrilled to be here. We're honored that we were able to partner with Prisma and Neil and all of our elected officials. We'd like to thank Governor McMaster for his leadership throughout this pandemic, as well as Senators Scott and Graham for everything they've done and working with the White House, along with Congressman Timmons and Congressman Duncan, who are stalwart leaders for our state. So we're just proud to be here, and we thank you all for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you, Lindsay. Now I'd like to bring up Congressman William Timmons, who was instrumental in expanding our supply chain by introducing us to Neil Ferrier. Thank you, Congressman Timmons, for making these important connections for us and representing us so well in Washington.
5 weeks ago, when I got a text from Neil saying that he wanted to help and he knew some people in China that he thought could be a part of that, I did not think I would be standing here 5 weeks later with 1.5 million masks and the governor and our senators. It is truly a fantastic story of people coming together, of people helping each other. We're in this together. This is a crisis that we are going to defeat. We are going to overcome COVID-19. We will be stronger because of it. I want to echo Senator Graham's words. We will bring back our supply chains here. We will maintain the domestic production capacity that we so desperately need. This will not happen again. And I appreciate the president's leadership, the governor's leadership, Prisma, Boeing. I mean, this is just one of many fantastic stories of everybody coming together to get through this. We will get through it. We will defeat COVID-19, and we're going to do it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Congressman Jeff Duncan, who represents South Carolina's 3rd Congressional District. Thank you, Congressman Duncan, for helping us get here today, and I invite you up to say a few words.
Thanks, Mark. All I can say is wow. I mean, what an aircraft. Boeing, thank you for allowing that plane to be leased to Atlas Air to fly these masks back from Hong Kong and China. Discommon, Neil, great job. Prisma Health is going to benefit from that. Prisma Health is all over the upstate and a lot of my counties, and we're glad what they do. We're glad that Prisma Health stepped up this effort to provide health and security for their employees and for their patients in this. GSB, Dave, what a great facility that you've created here, and we're not mentioning GSP enough for that. But I want to shout out to my delegation, the federal delegation, not just the ones that are standing here, but our whole federal delegation has done a phenomenal job, I think, in working with our constituencies, businesses in South Carolina, and also working with a phenomenal governor, Henry McMaster, in all the different aspects of this crisis that we're living through today. Governor, on behalf of my constituents, we're ready to see Main Street open back up, so our prayers are with you for doing the right thing. I know you've got our constituencies in the state of South Carolina at first and foremost in your thoughts as we try to get South Carolina back on track. We look forward to that day and put coronavirus behind us and get back to work. Thanks, everybody. Let's stay safe. God bless.
And now I'd like to invite up probably the most important person in our activity today, Neil Ferrier from Discommon.
You'll have to forgive me because I'm a little in awe that this actually worked. I probably shouldn't be because they were such fantastic partners, but to see the plane come in, I was definitely standing kind of on my own off to the side, a little in awe of it all. I think, probably 5 weeks of messaging back and forth with Barry and Chad at Prisma, trying to figure out how to do this. The full story of it would probably read like a movie script. It has been an astonishing series of events to try and get this to happen behind us. But Boeing and Atlas Air, again, I shouldn't have been surprised. South Carolina is an incredible place for us, and these companies, it was basically one phone call before we had 100% dedication to see this through from the partners involved. And I remember getting off of that call just thinking how lucky we are to be in a place where I think you mentioned earlier, everybody's family. I own an industrial design firm, and we say that great design is solving a problem beautifully. And I think what's so incredible here is that 50 plus people and a whole number of companies have come together to solve a problem beautifully, and we're not done. We have to keep going. So thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Again, we appreciate everyone being here with us today. On behalf of Prisma Health and our 30,000 employees, we want to say it's these kinds of collaborations that have allowed us to weather the storm and get to this point in this pandemic. We appreciate every single person's help and assistance, and together we will be able to do anything we need to do to keep the residents of South Carolina safe and healthy. Thanks very much and have a good day.
Good work.